Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. Yep, we're still playing with our worms. Still playing with the worms, guys. I think today we're gonna make some kind of cowboy worm. We left the round stock the full 1.25 inches. This guy here, look, he's got a long face. I don't know if it's gonna be wide enough. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to attempt a horse on this one. I don't know. The face may be too skinny, so the plan is a horse, but we'll figure that out as we get along, as we giddy up here. Okay, so let's start out with this one. Since these are Canadian night crawlers, I was going to do a cowboy, but why not make a Canadian Mountie, right? So they always wear their hats flat. They never have them tilted back, never have them tilted forward. So let's say this is going to be the top of the hat here. About 3/8 of an inch, I guess. So that's where the part for your head's going to be. So something like that. Then we'll come down about 1/8 of an inch for the brim. We can't make this brim too thin, otherwise it's just going to break. Okay. So something like that for the brim, I guess. Okay. So basically we're just going to take this top down. So we want to put in a center line, cross line here, so that we know. Basically we want to keep the part that goes on your head in the center of the block. And from there, let's see, our spiral comes up. So let's go ahead and use this as our center line for the face. Probably have to draw this in a couple times, guys. A couple times. Alright, so to start this game out, we're going to be using the micro carver. We're going to take this, right now it's got a Flameberg diamond in it. We're waiting for new ones to come in. I did finally order some. Okay, so we are going to go with the saber tooth. Basically a straight bit. It's not extreme, it's just a coarse. And I can see by the way this guy's sitting, we're going to end up having to chugga him on some sandpaper. Okay, so I'm going to start carving, showing you guys a little bit, and then I'll finish it, and then you know how it works. We'll go back and forth. Alright, so let's get this guy started. We have our micro motor turned almost all the way up to full bore. It's at about 40,000 RPMs, I guess. So basically we're just going to keep our burr on the outside of our line here. Sorry for the wind noise, guys. We're carving outside. It's a really nice day in Michigan. Got a nice breeze. It's about 65 degrees right now. And we're what? Almost noon. So it may go up or down a couple of degrees and then it'll start dropping off. I live in West Michigan, right by Lake Michigan, Great Lake. So you just kind of want to walk that brim in a little bit. Like I said, I'm sorry for the wind noise, but I got no control over that. If you want to, stay a little bit big on your brim. You can always come back and bring it down. Okay, we got that kind of worked in there a little bit. Let's go ahead and take this top part down. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep working this brim down until we get to the size we want for the head, and that's why we got these cross lines in, so we can kind of keep track of it, you know. Plus you can look straight down from the top, you can tell where you're taking more or less off. Now you gotta just remember, you want to kind of keep that the same thickness all the way around there, guys. Microcarver works much better on these hardwoods than it does the softwood. Like basically cedar is the only wood I've had an issue with where it wasn't, where it would actually dig in so hard that it would chatter. And just flattening that out a little bit there. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom side, guys. I'm just going to walk it around until I get the brim sticking out as far as I want, okay? So let's not get tangled up with all that and get you guys all bored out. Let me do it, and I'll get right back with you, okay? Bye. Alright guys, as you can see, we have been working on the brim, getting it cut down. Sped this video up a little bit for you so you don't have to sit through all the boring stuff. We're using a straight saber-tooth burr course. And right now we're angling the face inward. Remember guys, when you're shaping your face, your head is kind of shaped like an egg. So that's what we're doing here. We're shaping that in. From the nose, I would say it's probably a 50-degree angle, so it's not super steep. And we're just going to work that in, shape it in there. Yeah, I think we're going to give this guy a big square jaw. Nice square jaw. Got his flat hat. Almost done. Now, we're going to be cutting further underneath this hat, guys. Okay. I'm switching the machine over so it's spinning counterclockwise. So with my left hand, it seems easier for me to use my left hand in some of these areas. And then I can just flip-flop back and forth between left and right. So you want to try keeping your faces, the length of your face on both sides the same length, okay? When I'm saying that, as you're cutting that angle back, you're making the angle its own plane. So as you're bringing your face back on your 45 or whatever angle you want to make yours, I'm making mine about 50. Make sure you keep that length from the nose to the where the end of your jaw would be, the same length. what'll happen is you'll get one side longer than the other, and then when you start cutting in the features, you're like, wow, that eye's way too close to the side of his head. Well, that's because when you were shaping it, one side was longer than the other. So always keep that in mind too, guys. And if you're going to put ears on your guy, remember that too, because if you bring your shape, your angle back too far, you won't have no room left for your ear. Always somebody wanting to call you when you're trying to edit a video, guys. Always. So anyway, that's my problem. Anyway, so we're going to work this face down, and we're also going to be cutting up still cutting up underneath that hat. Okay, because ended up being our, otherwise your head's going to be too big for your hat. So whatever size you make the top of your hat, you want to kind of keep that in mind when you're cutting the face and the head down, so that it doesn't look too goofy. Unless you want it to look goofy, then you can make a really big hat on top and a really small head, or whatever you want to do. It's your worm, right? I'm just going through and I'm cleaning up a little bit of the spiral for the worm there. Yep. We'll be moving along through here. Getting the face bought down takes a little bit of time. And don't forget, you got to cut your chin in too. So you got to work underneath the underneath there. Remember, when you're cutting your chin in, to look at your face, look at your nose, so that you don't accidentally get your chin skewed on an angle opposite of your face. I had that happen on this, so I had to fix it. Okay. And I'm just marking it to see how much I need to take down the back of the head or hair there. Because there again, you want your hair to be up underneath that small part of your hat. And don't forget to undercut your hat too, guys. Take a little flame burr or something, undercut your hat. We're drawing in where we're going to have the jaw. It's a lot easier to erase pencil marks than to try recutting a cut. So I said, yeah, that's good enough. I had to do voiceover because the wind was blowing so good out there that... What do you guys think? I think he's starting to look more like Clint Eastworm than Canadian Mountie. Clint Eastworm. Clint Eastworm. Think he's starting to look like Clint Eastworm. All right, let's see. We've got his hat basically where we want it. We got his face. We got it rounded this way. We've kind of got the chin. I don't know if you guys can see that. Cut down. Kind of cut in there. Cut in over here. Take this side down just a hair more, but I think we're pretty close. Yeah, so that's what he's looking like so far, guys. Clint Eastworm. Went from Canadian Mountie to Clint Eastworm. All right. I'm just going to take the diamond. I got to go get it. A big diamond. Come in here and get rid of some of these cut lines, cut marks. Bring things in a little bit closer to where I want them. And we'll be right back. Okay, guys. Yep, I think this guy's going to be Clint Eastworm. Never seen him without a cigar in his mouth. And what we're going to do now is we're using that round, they call it a knife cutter. Kind of looks like a flying saucer. We're going to cut the hair in. We will get up as close as we can to the hat and stuff because of the diameter of that cutter. So we'll just get up there as close as we can, and then we'll come back in with the wood burner, and we will burn the hair in. All right? So that's what we're going to do right now anyway, is we're just going to cut some hairs in. It works pretty well. Some people like them, some people don't. Some people like using ceramics, and some people like using stones. I was actually thinking about ordering some stone, I think they're, what are they, white oxide? White aluminum oxide cutters, that's what they're called. There he is. Okay. Now we're changing over to a very small diamond ball. And because anybody that's ever watched eastworm movies knows that he never is clean shaven. And I didn't want to give him a beard. So we're just going to go around and rough his face up with the little tiny aluminum diamond cutter. Okay. So that's going to, oh, there goes the cigar. See how his mouth is shaped? It's kind of skewed off to one side for that big old stogie. So we're going to get in there and we're just going to, like, not stipple. We're going to just take it and tap it very lightly, just to give the face a little texture. I don't want to cut hairs in. I want that face to have the face look, but I don't want them to be clean shaven either. So we're just not stippling. We're just taking that tiny, and I mean it's tiny. That ball can't be a 32nd of an inch in diameter. It came with one of the kits that I bought. And that's all I'm doing is, you see, I'm just touching it very lightly and dragging it just a little bit, you know, maybe double the length of the size of the ball. So maybe a 16th. And just going to rough his face up a little bit. All right. So let's get to the wood burner, guys. All right, guys, we've moved inside to the wood burner. Get that turned on. All right. See, we got you guys in frame. Okay, right there. Yep. All right. Wood burner's on. We're running at about 50 with the wood burner. My chair is not cooperating. Okay, now we got the chair cooperating. All right, so let's go ahead and burn these hairs in here. I got the fan blowing. It's, believe it or not, it's a warm day in Michigan, believe it or not. Can you believe that? I barely believe it. Okay. Just finished watching Ben over there at Studio on the Lake. He was making a thing for his dishwasher. It's a magnetic deal with an arrow. Believe me, I'm really simplifying what he did. It was really cool. But yeah, you know how you're like, oh, there's no dishes. They're in the dishwasher. But I don't know if they're dirty or if they're clean. So then you end up either eating off a dirty dish or cleaning a clean dish. So Ben made a deal like they use on Porta Johns. You know, when you walk in a Porta John, the thing flips over to red and says Occupato. Well, he made one of them for his dishwasher that basically says these dishes are done or these dishes aren't done. So you know whether you're grabbing a clean glass or a dirty glass. It's a pretty neat idea. Never really thought about it. In my house, I'm not in charge of the dishwasher, but I have experienced that, Ben. You go to the dishwasher and you're like, nobody's home, and you're like, are these clean? Are these dirty? I don't know. Do I want to take a chance? So you end up washing it anyway. So it's a really cool idea. Go over and check out Ben, Studio on the Lake. That guy comes up with some really fantastic ideas. And he has all of the basswood on the planet to make all these crazy things. So, yeah, go check out Ben, Studio on the Lake Ben. Stop by and say hi. Tell him Just Carved Rob sent you over. And I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. I always have a good time watching Ben carve his stuff. He's working on a cuckoo clock. So I can't wait to see what he's doing with that. But, you know, when you get into them long projects with high detail, you have got to take a break from it. Otherwise, it will drive you insane. Believe me. I'm getting ready to start another long project. A cane for a fellow. So it's going to be, you know, that's a couple weeks worth of work. So I've got to get that going. Going to have to stop fooling around with these worms. Cleve's backyard woodworking. Cleve started this whole worm thing with a worm that he made, that he put on one of his videos. Cool little guy. All different. He's crazy blue and purple. Crazy looking worm. It's one of them psychedelic worms, but so cool. When I seen that, I'm like, I have got to make me one of those. But I really didn't. I kind of went in a whole different direction. Okay, so we got his hairs bird in there. But gotta turn my wood burner up a little bit. I turned it way down. I didn't think I was gonna need that hot of. It's the only thing you gotta remember when you're dealing with these wood burners. When you start putting the bigger tips in it, it starts taking a whole lot more heat to make it work. So I've got to make my friend Pete Blair up there in BC, British Columbia, sent me some wire to make tips. So I'm going to do that. Look at that. He's smoking. He's smoking. Hey, there's no smoking in the man cave. Yep. Whoa, see that light up? He's really smoking. We better put that fire out. Okay. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. That's what our Clint eastworm is looking like. See, I'll get him up here, give you a better view of him. That's what Clint eastworm is looking like, guys. Still got a burn in his scoots and that stuff. We roughed this. Remember, we roughed this face up, gave him that razor stubble look. Okay, so we did him, and then we did this guy. Try to get my light situated here so you guys can get a better view of him. He's kind of getting a little bald up there, you know. Our old wood spirit guy here. Yep. So that's two. I was going to make a horse, but I don't think that the one I've got left is big enough for a horse. So I'm going to have to make another one of these blanks. And then, of course, we got Wilma. And we've got Stuntworm. Wilma and Stuntworm. Aw, look at that. They fit together so nice. She's kissing his helmet. Okay. Back apart, you two. So, we still got Wilma's done. Stuntworm's done. Look, stuntworm fits in a hole. Oh, now he's just ahead. Just ahead of a stuntworm. Oh, sure. Stick him in the hole and get him stuck, Rob. Okay. So there's stuntworm, Wilma, these two guys. Clint Eastworm. And our wood spirit, I'm guessing. Maybe a wood spirit. Maybe not. Maybe just a bald hippie guy. I don't know. You can call him whatever you want. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I'm being called in for dinner. So we will catch you guys on the next one. Share, like, and subscribe. Be kind to God. Be kind to each other, guys. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye.